Hello everyone and welcome back to MVP Baseball 2005 in game number 4 of hopefully 5 in this opening playoff series in our franchise history, our first playoff appearance in Nationals history. Obviously the Expos made it a bunch of times, but we are going with Tony Armas Jr. in this game here as we're pretty much down to the back half of the rotation here. If we can get to Sungwoo Kim in game 5, that's what we'll see, unfortunately, as we're really kind of down on the pitching staff as this entire series has been back and forth, and now Alexis Rios is going to lead things off for the Cardinals here in the top of the first, and one pitch is all it takes as Rios lasers this one over the left field wall here, just clears it by a little bit. Still absolutely no doubt about that home run as Alexis Rios pulls this one down the third base line, and that one is over the wall. It trends foul, but stays fair, unfortunately. So we're going to cut further ahead here to Albert Pujols here in the top of the third with a runner on third and 2 outs. Can Armas Jr. get the final out? And he can't, as Pujols grounds this one to the third base side, and he's going to score another run for the Cardinals, and so the Cardinals will take a 2-0 lead against the Nationals early in this game. Now Scott Rowland up to bat here in the top of the third. Still just 2 outs, and Tony Armas Jr. just can't seem to get that final out as Pujols is going to round second and go all the way to third. The throw is to third and not nearly in time as Christian Guzman tries to lay the tag down but can't quite put it down in time. So a nice piece of hitting here by the Cardinals offense. I mean, we've been saying that this entire series is this offense is just absolutely brutal, man. I think they're the first ranked team in all of baseball, like the top rank when you go to select your jerseys and stuff, so it fits. So Juan Uribe, the strong safety, the shortstop. I just recorded football. The shortstop is going to score Pujols off of this nice piece of hitting, and Walker's going to go all the way to third. Roland's going to go all the way to third, and so now runners are going to stay in the corners for the Cardinals now as Uribe gets another fine piece of hitting for the Cardinals offense. And yeah, there's Pujols. Look at him. Plenty of time to run. Plenty of time to run. That man has crossed the plate more times in the series than probably anyone has in this series. But we're going to get out of the inning, and through 3, man, we have yet to get a hit against this Cardinals pitching staff, which we have done at least fairly well against in the last couple games. So Matt Holliday is going to try and change that for us here as he is in a 1-0 count. And Holliday is going to lift this one all the way out to left field. That one's absolutely hammered and crushed. And that hits off of the second deck wall, that little concrete fixture, just absolutely blasted into the outfield. So that one probably could have kept on going. It would have went to the parking lot as Matt Holliday gets probably his biggest towering home run of the year. We've seen some pretty incredible slams from Matt Holliday since joining the Nationals, and that one is probably one of my favorite. It comes at a really important time. So we do get a little piece of offense here, a little piece of hitting, but that's all. So 3-1 is the score here heading into the top of the fourth. 1 out here to Yadier Molina, and Molina's going to lift this one in the top of the zone. That one's got some carry, and it's going to die out down just before the warning track in right center field. And Molina, without a ton of wheels, is going to stretch this one to a double. And, I mean, you better if you're going to hit something that freaking high. Look at that. An absolutely towering fly ball. You'd think there'd be enough time to get underneath that, but no, that was placed perfectly in the outfield as neither Guillen or I think Will Cordero was probably out there in center in this game. Hopefully it's Andy Chavez, I hope. But neither could get to it. So Jason Marquis here, the pitcher in this game. We saw the pitcher get busy in the last game, and he's going to get busy in this game as well as he gets a nice piece of hitting down the first base line, and the Cardinals are going to threaten to go home with this one. The throw to home is not in time as that ball is up the third base line a little bit, giving Brian Schneider absolutely zero chance to make a play at home plate. We've seen some pretty bad relays to home from both teams, especially in game number 3, and game number 4 is going to be no different as Molina, again, no wheels, but he's safely in at home without any real test. So the Cardinals pitching staff is really just providing some clutch hitting. So Will Cordero, who is playing center field in this game, in a 3-1 count in the bottom of the fourth, and that fastball is going to miss low and away, as so Cordero is going to take his base. And we start this inning off with a walk. And so that's going to bring up Jose Guillen here, still looking for his first hit in this ball game in game number 4 with a runner on first here in a 3-1 count. And that fastball is going to miss high and in. And so Guillen is going to take his base. So the Cardinals find themselves in a bit of a jam here with 2 men already aboard here in the fourth. And Christian Guzman, the third baseman, is up to bat here in the bottom of the fourth. And he's going to ground this one to third. And the Cardinals are going to look to turn 2. And they're going to successfully do that as Christian Guzman grounds grounds it over to third. The throw to second in time, and a bit of a dirty slide from Guillen, but the throw to Pujols at first is still in time, so Guzman's going to be out. So Wes King is going to come up to bat here now with a runner on third, going to try and at least get him home, and Wes King bloops this one out into left field. Now he's going to get down just in time in front of the outfielder, and that is going to score a run here for the Nationals. I think it's Will Cordero who was the lead runner. I already forgotten, but yeah, Will Cordero sitting on third, and he is going to get home safely as Wes King is able to bloop that one over into left field. So we're going to fast forward now here back to Juan Uribe, who had a nice piece of hitting earlier in the game here in the top of the fifth with a runner on second, and Uribe's going to laser this one down the first base line. That one's going to go all the way out into the corner, and that lead runner is going to score no problem, and Uribe's going to turn this one into a double, but he's going to overrun second base, and Wes King, I think, was able to lay the tag down. I don't know what Uribe was doing, if he was thinking he might be able to get 3 out of that, or if he just wasn't paying attention, but he absolutely lasers that ball. I mean, the exit velo on that ball had to be crazy, man, and he just lasers that one down the line, but unable to get in safely at second. I'm not sure what that was. So we do get out of the inning. That wasn't the final out, but we got out of it. And so now in the bottom of the fifth, Matt Holliday once again had the big hit, and he's got another big hit as this one is lifted to the same spot he hit the first one, and that one is out of here. 426 feet into the bullpens as Matt Holliday provides another huge burst for the Nationals offense. He's out here basically just doing it all by himself right now. We're going to need a little bit of help behind Matt Holliday's bat if we're going to stay alive here in this playoff series. But two massive swings like that, we are not upset at all, are we, folks? Because that is a massive home run. That one felt bigger than the first one, but I don't even think he hit it with as much power as the first one. So two of my favorite Matt Holliday home runs back to back in this ball game. I love to see it, man, and our dugout seems to love to see it as well. Will Cordero feeling jazzed. So looking into the bullpen, we got Travis Harper warming up again. He struggled in this series, did pretty well sort of in his last outing in game number 3. But Brian Schneider up to bat in a 1-1 count here. It's 5-3, and Schneider's going to go the opposite direction on the third base line. That one's going to roll all the way out to the wall, and he's going to try and stretch this into 2. Again, not another fast runner on the team, but he does get into second base safely as a very nicely placed hit gets Schneider a double. And I don't think we see a ton of extra base hits from Schneider unless they're home runs typically, but that is a very clutch double that we needed. So Woody Cordero, who we haven't seen much in this series here, he's coming in to pinch hit, and that fastball is going to miss low, and a very competitive at-bat by Woody Cordero, the young outfielder, and he's going to take his base here as those fastballs have missed kind of all over the strike zone. And now Endy Chavez up to bat here in a full count, 3-2, and that fastball is going to miss inside, just barely going to miss inside. Looks like it might have even touched one of the corners here, but it does miss. Blue saw that one. It was a good call, Blue. So we got bases loaded with Will Cordero up to bat now. The bottom of the fifth here. No outs, first pitch, and Cordero's going to bloop this one into right field, and that's going to score at least one run. The Nationals aren't going to threaten to send another, as we're just going to safely take our one run and maybe live to see another at-bat in this ball game here. So Schneider's going to get home safely as Cordero provides some clutch hitting, and he's hit pretty well in these last couple of games, man. I've been impressed with what I've seen him. Maybe we've been missing some of that production in the regular season. Who knows? Maybe he should have been the guy to be pinch hitting all this time. Maybe not, instead of Nate Bruce. But Nate Bruce has been a good pinch hitter in this series as well. So the Cardinals are looking to warm up Sean Hill in their pen, yeah, they're gonna hold some court here on the mound, but hey, their starter's feeling jazzed, bro. Marquise feeling pretty good about it. He thinks he can get him out of this jam, and Jose Guillen now up to bat, and that's you got to be pretty dang confident to get yourself out of a jam against Jose Guillen. Already threw a ball to Guillen, and Guillen's gonna bloop this one down the first base line, and an amazing play by Pujols. What a snag by Pujols, but everyone's gonna freeze up at their base, so no one's out other than just Guillen. So Christian Guzman now up to bat here with one out, and Guzman takes this inside pitch and turns on it and sends it over the right field wall, and it's going to be a grand slam. So Guillen, you probably all thought, just like I did, was going to provide that clutch hit, that big burst of offense that we were looking for to take the lead in this game. But it's actually going to be Christian Guzman. I don't think we've seen a ton of huge clutch hitting like this from Guzman, especially not the power, but it shows up in a major way right there. So we have busted this game completely wide open with a huge fifth inning, a 6-run fifth inning, and now the Cardinals are going to try and answer back here. Yadier Molina lasers this one up the middle into the right center field gap, and that's going to roll all the way out to the wall. Molina's going to stretch this into a double, another extra base hit for Yadier Molina. He had a big double earlier in the game. And that's going to bring up Alexis Rios, who had the leadoff home run in this game for the Cardinals. And we're going to intentionally walk Rios. So maybe we're fearing a little bit of the power that he's holding in that bat. But I don't know why. Just to get to Pujols. I don't know. I think the next hitter we were able to get out. Now Pujols is up 2 bats. So with 2 outs, Pujols is going to laser this one into left field. That one was corralled pretty well by Endy Chavez, because that one had the potential to roll into the corner. And that would have for sure scored those 2 runs that the Cardinals had on the base paths already. But he's able to limit it to just 1. So we're going to get out of that. And Endy Chavez now up to bat in a 6-8 ball game with a runner on second. Chavez going to bloop this one into center field, and we're going to threaten to send that run home. The throw is not going to make it to home. The Cardinals aren't even going to try and threaten at home. So Endy Chavez is able to score the leadoff man on third, or not the leadoff man, but the lead base runner on third, or on second rather, and it was Matt Holliday. Matt Holliday was the lead runner, and he's going to get home safely. Even going to slide for it. Why not, man? No one's going to try and get you out, but why not? So 9-6 is your score, and the Cardinals are going to get one last crack at this one here, or we're winding down the last couple cracks here. So Ray Durham here in the top of the 9th. Durham. Splitter misses in the high corner here. 1-0 count. And on the next pitch, Durham is going to bloop this one in to center field. And that was going to just get down in front of Cordero. He's unable to get underneath it to get the out. But he's able to throw this one in here. It's just going to be a base hit. So now Pujols, 3 for 4 in this ball game with 2 ribbies. We got to be careful about what this bat can do. And Pujols is going to absolutely smoke this baseball. And that one is clear on the wall. It is absolutely gone. So we haven't seen Pujols provide a whole lot of power here in game number 4. But you give him enough chances, and it's eventually going to show its head as just one swing of the bat. And that one is just gone. And he knew it was gone. He absolutely knew it was gone, man. As he's been just hitting home run after home run in the series, what it feels like. So the Cardinals are going to get a couple runs here to close the gap just a little bit, and so now 7-9 or 8-9 is going to be your score in this ball game. So the Cardinals' late 9th inning rally is not done. So Scott Rowland up to bat here, just looking for 1 run, and Rowland's going to ground this one over to Matt Holliday at first, and there is an out. And so now Juan Uribe's up to bat, and he's got he's got a double in this game, and in an 0-2 count, he is going to absolutely laser this ball, tattoos this ball, and that's going to clear the wall, and it's going to be a home run for the Cardinals. So a huge, they needed the one, and they got it. As Juan Uribe, man, already had the double in the game, as we were saying, and he just absolutely crushes this one. So I'm not sure, I didn't see when I was editing who was on the mound here in the 9th, but they are absolutely struggling to close this one out, to say the least. So that's going to do it. That's going to tie the ball game. So we were in extra innings, or rather in the bottom of the 9th there, with a chance to win it for Jose Vidro, and he absolutely crushes this baseball, and it's got some carry, but not nearly enough carry, as that's going to die out in right field before the warning track. And so a potential rally from the Nationals here in the bottom of the 9th to just send this one home and send this back to St. Louis for a Game 5. We fall short. So we're going to head into the 10th inning to decide this game. We need extra innings to decide this game. And so after a hit here in the 10th, the Nationals are going to head to their pen and bring out John Rauch to try and close this one out. We haven't used John Rauch in high leverage like this really so far in the season, so we're going to let the AI kind of decide what to do. So Alexis Rios with a man on first, and Rios is going to absolutely smoke this baseball. This one's got some carry, but it's going to die out in left field as Endy Chavez is able to put out Rios. So we get 1 out here from John Rauch, and we need to get just out of this inning, man. Just got to live to see the bottom of the 10th. So Ray Durham, who already has some nice hitting in this game, and Durham is going to laser this one up into center field. Cordero's going to corral it and send it back into the infield. The Cardinals now have 2 men aboard, man. All they need is just one well-placed hit, and they could potentially take a 1-run lead, and we would be in quite the hole here in the bottom of the 10th. So we really need to get some clutch pitching here from John Rauch. We are desperate to get out of this inning, man. I don't know if we have the arms to keep going, man, but Pujols is up to bat, and we know what Pujols is capable of and what he just did. So with 2 men aboard and a 2-2 count, 2 outs, can we get the final out? As Pujols grounds this one through the third base side, the lead runner is going to round third, and he's going to make it all the way to home. The throw is to home, but it's not anywhere near home plate, as Brian Schneider can't make a play at home plate, and so the Cardinals are going to take a 1-run lead heading into the bottom of the 10th. We are down to our last 3 outs to stay alive in the season. Matt Holliday, 4 for 4, man. He's been the absolute MVP And we got Brian Schneider warming up on deck. So we got two pretty nice hitters here that we can rely on in an 0-1 count. Holiday's going to ground this one over to first. Absolutely lasers it to Pujols, and he's going to be out. So out of all the hits that Matt Holliday had today, he couldn't get one here. Now Brian Schneider 2 for 4 in this game with the double in a 2-2 count. Schneider is going to bloop this one out into left field, and that one's going to be a routine fly ball. So now Brian Schneider's out. We are down to the last final out. Nate Bruce, the young pinch hitter who we've basically used as a pinch hitter all year. Can he provide some clutch hitting? And Bruce grounds this one up the middle. It's an absolute slow dribbler past the pitcher's mound. I don't know how the pitcher didn't make any more of a play on that ball, but he doesn't. So Nate Bruce is going to be safe at first. And now Andy Chavez, another man that we can rely on pretty well in this ball game. So in another 2-2 count, 2 outs, Andy Chavez grounds this one over to short, and the throw is going to be to Pujols at first. And the Cardinals are going to win the playoff series. They're going to eliminate us Nationals, and we are going to be done in this series, man. Thank you guys so much for coming along with this big ride in year number 3. I do plan to continue the series at least a little bit more. Maybe we'll get through year 4 and see how that does. If we don't improve on this season, I might just end it and prep for next year's baseball season, and we'll bring back baseball. But I do plan on at least doing another season or 2 of this. But here's a look over at the playoff series. The Giants beat the Pirates. The Cardinals beat us. And we'll come back in the next episode, do our offseason recap and AAA playoffs, because our team is absolutely tearing things up right now. The Zephyrs are tearing things up. So hope to see you guys in the next episode when we recap the offseason.